Come, let me get you something. Yo, welcome to Saber Talk Sunday. Your host, Mundo and James, and Lord Barris is in the house. Lord Barris, how was your weekend, dude?
Very good. It was a nice, chill weekend as always. And I actually went and saw the Wicked for Good today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I am a thespian at times, and I actually never saw Wicked in on Broadway, so this was my first time actually seeing it like in like any form of it, and I honestly thought it was great.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
And James, you certainly been busy with things outside of Sabers
man.
work.
Yeah,
I've seen some of the work that you do, but fantastic work, though, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's just I've been busy out of the Saber life for a little bit. I was helping a buddy of mine finish an apartment and stuff. So
nothing wrong with
that. I used my construction skills to. I used to do all that, interior design and stuff. So I have a couple of different belts, So it really came out nice. All stick built and stuff, and did the floors, and it's really cool, So I'm just about there, man. So I'm finally going to try and get back on some of the shows and join you guys.
Yeah, great, dude. I mean, you were definitely missed, man. Definitely missed. And
I was like the man with like 7 hats this week, man. I was like doing my own work, doing sound fonts, doing construction work. It's like God, and your body is like, oh wow, I forgot about that muscle right there. I forgot it even existed, because when you're doing some physical work and stuff, it's like you forget it, but I feel good, man. It was well worth it. It looks beautiful, and I'm happy with the results. So.
Yeah. Mo's in the house. Titan's in the house. And Charlie's in the house. Charlie, have a good workout, my friend. Yeah, no, I got home just a couple of hours ago from my ranch. I went hunting, but I also went and helped my cousins do a few things, clean out the cabin and everything. And so Chris is in. Let me get Chris in here. Yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
Hello.
All right. Chris made it. And so yeah, man, I was out there just trying to relax from a hectic work week, and I was like thinking to myself, what the hell do we talk about for the show tonight? Because I'm like, when I'm out there, man, my brain just doesn't even exist anywhere else but there. And so I'm all like, so I asked Barris and Chris, like, what do you want to talk about, man? Because I hadn't even thought about it. And Barris was all like, well, let's go part 2 on the Sabers in the movies and animated movies and films and stuff like that, and how they transition into the real world. And I think that was an excellent choice to do, man. And it'll be definitely a lot of fun.
But I'm not finished with it. But I do have an example of that on hand. Since I saw what you were mentioning about the topic, I had to grab it. So when we're ready for it. But yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, if we're going to start off the topic, I think we should start back with Star Wars video games that were from the 1990s, specifically Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, those sabers.
Okay. Well, before we do that, I have to thank Chris for helping me out acquire a very awesome. Oh my God, the Tor Naga.
Beautiful.
Oh, she was a beautiful hill.
Oh yeah. Nice. Very cool, man. I was like, oh my God, I'm looking at this thing and it's just fantastic.
That's sweet, man.
Jeez.
That's crazy, man. That's cool.
I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous, man.
Have some weight to it.
Oh, it's got a little bit of weight to it, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it only weighed about a pound, but that's still pretty hefty for empty aluminum.
I mean, judging by how it's made, it's supposed to replicate that of a katana hilt, so it would make sense for it to have a bit of heft to it.
Yeah, and I absolutely love this style of sword type stuff, man. Because um, I really love Japanese swords. I collect Japanese swords and katanas, and seeing this thing, man, was just like wow.
Yeah.
And so, Chris, thank you for helping me acquire this, my friend.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
truly, very well deserved. Thank you and for helping me because that was it's just too awesome to not pass it up.
Yeah, yeah, that was a
So
really good deal.
and so let's see. Chet's in the house. Scott's in the house. Welcome. Okay. So Barris, you want to go to the 19 well you said 80s?
Well, the first example of lightsabers from video games coming into real life, and I do not have the Kyle. I do not have Kyle's third hilt, the one that we all know that's from War Sabers, that's been replicated multiple times. However,
And that's the Kyle Katarn, right? Kyle Katarn?
yeah, I do have though the second hilt, the Kuan Ran.
Ooh,
This is
Mhm.
actually an exclusive. This is an exclusive LGT model from Rebel Sabers, and
Mhm.
it doesn't. It's not entirely accurate because of the buttons in here and the charging port. But there was a version that Corbanth made, and there is still a version that LDM Sabers makes. So finding that out in the interweb, being able to find one that's like this was like one of the first times like they actually like used it in like the live action cutscenes in Dark Forces 2.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm using the Outcast Night font by Kyberphonics to emulate the Green Blade, and I also have
Nice.
Mytho mixes and Juan Sith's version for Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy.
Mm.
And so the first time that we see that particular hilt though is on the video game, correct?
Yeah, in the video game.
And
And
then
it's
it transitioned.
yeah, and this is and you know the original prop for the live action sequences was just a put together um, metal hilt with some extra rivets and whatnot on it. In fact, from what the original live action actor said was that work that Lucas Arts did with that fit game was how they would be
Mhm.
able to bring it over to when they started filming episode 1.
Wow, that's interesting. But you know when they talk about this stuff like that, Titan's good to see you too, man. Um, when they start talking about transitioning from hilts into the real world, I wonder how long it actually takes them to try and bring a working model. Is it weeks, months? Is it a year? In oh, JT's in the house. Um, it's got to be probably a certain amount of time before you bring it in, right? Especially from the design aspect within the video games that they have, and then just to bring it to the real world, excuse me. I'm all getting tongue tied here. um, getting all of those. Uh, I guess the aspect ratio of what you see in the video games as opposed to the real lightsaber that we get in the real world, right? And definition and oh my gosh, I guess like all the different greeblies and everything that you see on the video games, but can
Yeah.
they actually come out into the real world onto the hilt itself,
Well, I
right?
think that is a valid point, and I would say that, especially with, I would say nowadays it's a lot easier to reproduce a hilt from, like for example, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, Cal Kestis' lightsaber. There are so many pictures and models of that hilt that a 3D printer can easily replicate it.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say that, but I would say 20 years ago, that would be pretty difficult especially if you were doing a lightsaber from the movies, even.
Well, that's probably the reason why they used flash guns, because it was easy access. It was able to be handled in the hand, really easy. I mean, who would have thought, right?
Well, that was also because Roger Christian. That was because Lucasfilm was basically, by today's standards, Star Wars was basically a B-rated movie back in the day. Like it wasn't expensive. They were using practical effects and all. I mean,
and budget, by the way. Yeah.
And the budget was, the lightsabers were basically cobbled together pieces. I mean, and Roger Christian, recently when he released The Father for, Theory Sabers, talks all about how, putting together the Graflex and the MPP with that. And it's one of those things that we can be both grateful for and yet also compliment Roger Christian for making his own version of what would Vader's lightsaber actually look like if Lucasfilm had a really big budget.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah, and
I don't know if it would be that much different because it was practical then. All they could have done is maybe make it a little bit more, I don't know, different colors or different kinds of crystal. I mean, that's what they have now. But
I would say, keep in mind that this would have the hilt that the Father was on Theory Sabers. This would have been the belt hanger. It wouldn't have been right. It wouldn't have been the stunt hilt. Stunt hilt, they would have probably done something similar to what they did with the Graflex when they just made it look. They would probably make it look like it, but basically not in a sense.
Yeah, there's so many different styles and designs out there that came to screen really pretty fast.
Yeah.
I mean, from screen to reality, I mean, I consider movies just about the same thing as, coming to the real world. I mean, before they just hopped on all those designs and it was great,
I will say one thing that was one saber design that I think was a little bit difficult, I would say, when Lucasfilm was filming was Ahsoka's silver-bladed hilts. I would think not because they were not easy to make, but I think because they were trying to make a practical version that where it could be powered well enough. And I think when that was happening in when they were filming in 2019, early 2020, I think they were able to get that done. But I'd like to think that with Ahsoka season 2 finally wrapping up filming, I'd like to think that Lucasfilm got their heads out of their asses and picked up one of the LGT models or one of the many models that are out there to use as stunt sabers.
I for one personally like the curved hilts as opposed to the other ones.
Definitely.
I think the curved hilts really fit Tano better than her other ones, because even though I think she was more comfortable with the curved hilts than she was with the others.
I think that's an agree to disagree statement, because keep in mind that both her two Jedi hilts and her two apprentice hilts and her Jedi hilts were made and used during different times and different phases of Ahsoka's life.
Yep.
And I think it's just a matter of looking at how
growth, I think, is what it's all about, because it is true. It's at a different time, it was in a wartime, and now it's more or less, she doesn't even really consider herself a Jedi anyway. So I think, the balance between that and a more majestic style, but can still defend. And look, they're different sizes. So she kept the uniqueness of the first pair, which was pretty
Yeah.
cool,
Definitely. Yeah.
That's true. I mean, she did keep the uniqueness. That was the big factor in those.
No, they're more curved, of course, but she did keep. Well, I certainly didn't keep the uniqueness when I had mine redone, but I kind of went a little different. But I really love the colors in mine and how the guy I think
And of course,
Royal Custom Armory did that for me. But
and of course, another video game hilt that we all know and love is the Force Unleashed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Star
Killer.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's really liked.
Mine and Chris's are X-Tech HL Sabers, and honestly, this is probably my favorite one. I wouldn't trade up for anything. And thankfully, there has been a great appreciation for the scrap killer, or as it called. Ooh, which one is that? 89 Sabers?
Take a guess.
No. That one is. It's not TXQ, is it?
No.
No.
War Sabers?
Nope.
No, War Sabers has a smaller choke.
That's true, huh?
Well, it's a Saber Forge.
Oh! Wow!
Those in a while.
Saber
Yeah,
Forge.
because it's got.
Wow.
Yeah, I know the camera might be hitting it, but there's the button
I can
right
see
there.
it now,
the button,
yeah.
the hole.
Oh wow!
Yep. So I just did a little bit of weathering on it, and that's real copper that I put on there. So it's underneath all the grips and stuff.
That is sick.
So I did modify this. Oh yeah. And what's really cool about this one? Go ahead, you guys could talk. I was just going to show this.
I will never.
Oh yeah, no, what's it?
I understand why Saberforge would discontinue it, but I feel like with how they have done what they're doing right now with with making it.
This is something that I developed, but I have to kind of get these to go do things right. But I haven't taken this out in so long that I know why. I have to get that out of there. Well, scroll in a second. Let me go grab an Allen because I need to show you this. This is really cool.
One thing I hope that Saberforge is bring back the Star Killer hilt, where it's not like how they did with their legacy hilts right now, but where it's sort of similar to how basically develop their own way with the pogo pin structure.
Right.
Which I'm hoping that's actually something LGT would do, but consequence.
Okay, guys, sorry, man. Here we go.
So the Fallen Order can hold up the light.
So here's what I did. I made the chassis removable out of here. I mean, the crystal chamber out of here.
So, I like that crystal chamber, man, the way it looks.
Right, that just comes out of there. And then from the bottom, I did. Yeah, and I did.
That's incredible.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
I'm just trying to find out how I did the. Oh, I know how I did it. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, it's Saberforge, so I had to do one of these little plugs for now until I get the. I want to get the right connector to make that not happen, but. I wanted to really show you the chassis because that really is kind of cool. Boy, it's really giving me a hard time tonight. As soon as I come back on the show, I got all messed up. I'm like, oh, what happened?
That's usually the way it happens.
Right, no, I got it. Yeah, well, anyway, I got there's a little chassis that I designed, I developed and everything. And what that is, that little white card, it's very hard to see, but if I light it up, it's a lithograph of Star Killer holding the two sabers like this. And
nice.
So you can actually see it. Yeah,
very
it's pretty cool, man. Yeah. And it's actually pretty darn clear, so you can actually see the logo. But I just did stuff different, similar.
Yeah.
This thing lights
and
up
did you print that?
Too. It's really good.
Did you print the little on the ender? Yeah,
that was the Enders. Those were this one was on an Ender V2 that I printed it. Yeah, and this is CFX, by the way. I did the CFX on this one.
No, the CFX, yeah.
Just holds 18650, goes right in there, and then the actual crystal chamber meets up later on inside the body, which I thought was pretty
Hmm.
cool. And that's a real crystal.
I kind of like that concept. I kind of like the concept
Yeah.
of the crystal chamber a little bit separate from everything else.
Yeah.
You know?
I wanted to go different, be different. I don't. It's everything is always static in the front of this hilt, and nothing ever comes out. Well, I was able to do it. Some hilts you can't. So
Hmm.
I was lucky that this one was just a nice flat tube. You can just slide things right in it.
Mm-hmm.
And once the blade is in it, it makes connection with the other one, with the other bottom pogo pin. So once the blade is in, it pushes down, and you're safe to go.
Oh, okay.
But I also have locks on the back to hold it all in place too. So it's
Oh wow.
That's pretty.
I love
cool.
these hilts. These hilts are pretty cool. They're not, this one is not as, I don't know about weight for your guy, both of yours hilts, but this one's not too bad.
Yeah, the HL X Tech hilts are definitely a lot heavier, I would say.
Yeah, mine weighs like 1.78 pounds.
Oh wow.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, this is roughly about that too.
Yeah,
it's a cool hilt though. I mean, it's a good. Well, I like the way it was designed. The only thing that I didn't have was the clamp card to fit this, and it was when I got the hilt, it was gone. So I just printed one. It's mostly sitting in the cabinet, but I just did it that way. It's pretty cool.
one thing I will say
Nice.
though, one of the hilts that I'm eyeing next year is Ram Koda's hilt, and one of the unfortunate things about that hilt is that it's a basic design. It's so basic that it could be done like on your own thing, but what I'm planning on is getting the version from the POC store. And
I like theirs. Theirs is very nice.
I mean, you could have your opinions on the POC store when it comes to shipping and whatnot, but I actually like how their hilts are done, how some of their hilts are done. And from what I understand, they've even upgraded their chassis, their chassis to where it has a kill switch for the Profi. I saw that from Saber Life's video on their new Dagon Gera. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's nice.
Man, I would like to. The Dagon Gera, okay, going towards back to video games.
Yeah, that hilt, yeah.
I love the one that Leon has done. Jealous Junkyard.
Yeah, he rounded a lot of stuff off. I have the original one. It's really, man, that chassis that Taco Shop did, man. I mean, that's crazy. I love it. It's so heavy that it hurts my wrist. I can't, because you're not used to it. You know what I mean? You're used to twirling around. All of a sudden, you're like, crack.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's beautiful. I love heavy hilts, though. That's the I'm not making fun of it. I'm actually loving it because I love. That's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to have some weight to it. It's a whole bunch of stuff in there, man.
I think so too. I think the weight ratio of lightsabers, of weight sabers, should be at a certain weight percentage, because I think that the lighter hilts, you really feel like the underweight of it almost feels like toyish sometimes, right? But when you have a certain amount of weight to these things, then you get the realism of it, so to speak, because you really can't put a true weight. Oh, I just love that.
That's the one. This one is.
I'm hoping I can acquire one next year.
Yeah. Right now. Nice. Unfortunately, the Dagon Gera isn't on sale with Black Friday, along with the rest of the hilts. But I am hoping that next year it'll definitely be available for purchase.
He'll probably definitely do something on that. But this chassis is just
beautiful.
I love the chamber design on this thing. Is just crazy, man.
Look at that.
It reminds me of the one that that Taco Shop did for the Kenobi.
It's a mixture of
Kenobi.
Yeah, it's a mixture of the brass and the resin. So he printed this out, and then he designed the he prints all this out and they send it to you. Love this thing, man. This is just one of my favorites. With this hilt, it's great.
Yeah, and it looks so awesome too. So I think it
Man, it's so
really
heavy.
did. It
There's
really.
a lot
Oh,
of
bless you.
aluminum here.
It
But
really
it's
did
worth it.
transition well. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so
It
worth
really
it.
transitioned.
And I
The
like the
the
original. I think the newer one is now going to have the rounded edges and stuff, a little bit of rounded edges on some of the
uh-huh.
body, the emitter section, I believe. But this thing is, no matter what improvements are made to it, it's still a great hill.
Yeah.
Do you
So,
think they
And I'm
did
assuming
justice
that they
to
keep the
Vader's
weight.
hill?
I hope they keep. Who's that?
I said,
This thing
do
is
you
crazy.
think they did justice to Vader's hill in the video games?
well, I will say some of the earlier versions of Darth Vader's lightsaber. I mean, in Revenge of the Sith, in the multiplayer versus mode, I mean,
Hmm.
it's basically a darkened version of the Anti-Flex in a sense, and we don't really
Hmm.
see it as basic. Um, I will say I think it's in the Force Unleashed where we see Vader's hilt actually come in more like physical form, and the closest form
Hmm.
to that is actually the original DV3, that the unused hilt that was for Episode 3 that never really got a chance to see it on film.
Hmm.
Um, but I will say nowadays the easiest the easiest rendered hilt that we see for Darth Vader in video games is the DV6. We see it
The
in
DV6.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, in and in Star Wars Battlefront 1. We see it in Jedi Fallen Order and in Jedi Survivor.
Yeah,
And
Force Unleashed.
well, no, not the Force Unleashed. That's the DV3.
No, in the first one they had the DV6.
Mm, no,
Pretty
because,
sure I played it the other day.
no, because according to concept art of of Lord Starkiller on his
Yeah.
belt with all the different lightsabers hanging, the DV3 is there.
Look it up. Look it
Oh,
up.
the DV3 is on the belt, yes. The DV6 is in the game though. That's what Vader carries in the game.
The files are just how they rendered it is just weird. It's one of those anachronistic things. So
Yeah.
weird.
I know when you select
Oh,
your
my Saber
your
Forge
build that you
Dooku.
can collect in the game, the
I love
DV6
this
is
thing.
the
This
one you
thing's
select.
huge.
Dooku's, yeah, Dooku's has come out pretty decent from the
This is
from.
believe it or not, this one's a Saber Forge also. I just plugged up the top and now I have
Oh,
both
yeah.
buttons work.
Is that
Both
the
buttons
Mark
work
1 or
up
Mark
Oh
2?
wow!
The buttons
This
are
one
on
is
wait, the
probably
buttons
the
are on
first
Mark
one.
one.
Where's the buttons
That
Yeah,
at?
Mark one.
I put the buttons in here now.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Yeah, instead of being up
Wow.
there like the Saber Forge one, so I plugged
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
and I just have it down here now.
I mean, I feel like the Saberforge version. I mean, either way, having the button up there and down below, I mean, it looks incredible on its own. And
Yeah, and I just have the same charge port down here and the kill key and all that, and it's a great little hill. Then I have those.
accessing the chassis though, how's that?
I don't. I mean, I can, but I don't. It's a real
Yep.
pain in the butt. You know how these things are, man. They're
Yeah.
just like, I mean, I don't have the chassis that comes all the way out. I have this like more or less hardwired a little bit.
Okay.
But because I just like it to be not falling apart in there with the pogo pins. Especially this one was a little different, so I just left it the way it was intended, and that's it. And I just have a couple of programs. And I have the tone one. I have this one, and then I have.
Now there are some.
Yeah.
There are some. There
I have
are
the blue
some
version,
sabers.
so.
There are
Blue
some
tone
sabers
version.
that you actually do have to kind of hardwire in, right? Just simply because of their design flaws.
Well, they're getting really good, with able to, being able to separate all that stuff and have removable chassis now because, they're always thinking of that. They're, like I said, I think in a couple of shows before, everybody's always on top of it. They're trying to think of different ways to
Yeah.
accommodate what everybody wants now lately. You know, they want, the list is very long. You know, they want Bluetooth, they want fast charging, they want a charge port, they want a kill switch, they want everything involved in this tiny little thing that only is about 6 inches most of the time, you know, unless depends on the hilt. But I think they're getting better. That's why a lot of stuff is incorporating things into the soundboards now, like GHV4. It's got Bluetooth already incorporated, like Xeno got Bluetooth incorporated. So that's 2 birds with 1 stone, you know? So those things are what a lot of people love. They love the apps. They love changing all the things, you know? You know, Profi and CFX, you still need the BT9, you know, 909 to get it, you know, operational for Bluetooth and change effects and do all that. So it's an extra module. It's an extra space. So those are the things to think about. But, you know, honestly, it really depends on what you want, you know? I mean, stuff like this, I have 2 sound fonts in here and I kept it simple. But if it's a hilt that you use every day or something and you want more stuff and, you know, more fun toys to play with it, you know. But it's cool, though. You know, this is more of a purpose, you know, shelf queen kind of thing, you know, just so I know that I had a Dooku in my grasp.
What do you think? What what hilt transitioned more or less to a shelf queen more than any other hilt that's been in movies or video games or otherwise? What
one that
hilt
I
in
built.
particular?
That's a good question. Because technically, Darth Sidious's hilt can also be considered because of his appearance in using the hilt using his hilts in season 5 and 6 of Clone Wars. But I mean, it really all depends.
Yeah, it depends. But I would, you know, a lot of times, depending on what kind of build you're going for, but particularly Mix in the house. What's up, Carter? Um, you know, particularly if you're going for the shelf queen look, and those that transition from you know, like the animated films. I think Dooku's hilt actually is one of the best examples of a shelf queen because not many people really go and carry it around a lot, right? There's so many different designs of curved hilts out there, but in 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 the animated series, and his hilt has actually been consistent with the design stuff. But more or less, you see his hilt being more or less of a shelf queen and showpiece than anything else, right? Because actually he
Well,
was a showman in the show, basically with his skills. I
I
think
don't
so.
know how many people wheeled this thing around, but this was from the Vader Immortal, so you know,
yeah.
this thing is my definite shelf queen because it hangs on my wall. So, but you know, this is something I wouldn't, you know, I don't normally would carry this out every day, or you know, but unless you're in costume, you know what I'm saying, and that's something that would be cool. But this thing is a piece of work, man. This thing is a piece of work.
And it looks great.
They did a very Jawa's Junkyard did an amazing job on this thing, man, and it also has
to Jawas.
Yeah,
you bet,
right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jawas.
I was waiting for them to finally make this like many years, I think a couple of years ago, and then finally made it, and it's really nice. And you know, you have the removable part for it's magnetic, so you could take the crystal off, and then you put your blade in there. Yeah, so it's a 1-inch blade. Yeah,
really? I thought it was 7/8.
Yeah, this is. Oh no, I'm sorry, 7/8. Yeah, it is. This 7/8.
7/8.
But this is all wired. Everything is in here already. But what I did was I made a small. Huh?
What was the standard blade size? Was it 1 inch before 7/8, or was it 7/8 before 1 inch?
It was 1 inch.
Yeah, 1 inch is always
definitely 1 inch.
Yeah.
And I think
things have changed so much.
one of the reasons why is because some of the the animated versions of the characters and their lightsabers was a very thin blade, so I think a lot of people wanted to reproduce that more, in my opinion, because that's what I would have done.
Well, I mean,
Right.
speaking of hilts that were supposed to be 7/8, much smaller. I mean, for example, Asajj Ventress's hilts from the Clone Wars. I mean, technically they are supposed to be 7/8, but the show shows it more of a 1-inch version. This is the X-Tech version, and honestly, it's definitely not. It's not something I would use. I would not use two of these at the same time. These particular ones, ones that I think that were made.
Oh, the big ones, yeah.
Ones that were made pretty well were the ones by Watto's Junkyard from Germany. Those ones are very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the very first. Those were the very first version that Asajj Ventress had, right? And then what was the?
These are the hilts that that in canon she made when she joined Camp Dooku, but in Legends, Dooku gave these to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another shelf queen.
Oh, the Stellan Gyros.
That one from the High Republic.
Yeah. That's a cool hilt, though.
Yeah, that thing is.
Oh yeah.
That is cool hilt.
That thing is. You can have it on your
Those
belt.
blades light up too.
They do.
Brilliance.
Now is that?
They're pretty cool.
That one from a video game, right? Or no?
No, it's from comics actually.
Is it from the comics? I thought it was in the Old Republic. The
High Republic. The Stellan Gyros is from the High Republic.
Yeah, Old Republic, High Republic, different, much different.
Yeah,
that's an expensive hilt.
It is.
But even for vendors, it's expensive.
I would say also one of the most iconic hilts we could think of that went from animated to real life is Kanan's hilt from Rebels.
Oh yeah.
And this is the LGT version, but I mean even the versions that come out from even Ultimate Works look really good.
Yeah, Kanan's. I want to acquire a Kanan's as well because I think that is a definitely great transitional hilt from the animated series to a real world series, a real world hilt.
Yeah,
and I mean the details came out great, and as well as what is it, Ezra's hilt.
I would, the second one he had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second one, especially when it's made with a 7/8" blade, is actually really nice.
What did they call it? The little Night Wolf or something like that?
The Lost
Wolf.
No, that was for Ezra's third saber, and that's live action.
Okay.
But speaking of Ezra's second hilt, one of the hilts I do actually like what Lucasfilm did by making it more like when after like 10 years they allow Sabine to customize it and make it into her own hilt, which I honestly do not mind. But yeah.
Do you know Ezra Bridger? He's my friend.
But yeah, it's still really nice. Mine is the LGT version, the 1-inch, and it's still it's a thin neck saber, but it still holds pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you think some of the thin necks have transitioned well?
I would say yes, considering when they started out with the Master Replicas Force FX series, they were basically chunky necks, and which, considering the limitations of the technology at the time, is understandable. But nowadays, I would say they have greatly improved. Like I would rather have this than the Black Series Force FX by Hasbro.
Yeah.
Really?
Black Series is just too thick.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to start out as a kid for that, yeah, sure. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're doing that because
I mean,
they have universal
that's
set electronics in there. That's why. So it's
too bad though. But it is thick.
That's funny. That's what she said. When you light up my life, baby.
oh, and I had
With the
that
lightsaber.
example. I had that example too, but guess what I'm using in this thing? I'm using I think I'm using a Xeno 3 in this thing just for the hell of it, a Xeno board.
Which
But-
one?
Mm-hmm.
Not really a lightsaber, but I'm doing this
Oh,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Look at that.
That's cool.
So
That is sweet. Oh, look at that, man.
I might commission one of those from you because I need one.
well,
Yeah.
I'm still working on it because I have to see how this is just a plastic 3D printed blade in sections. It's
Yeah.
really nothing extravagant up close, but it's the thought that counts. And I'm going to try and sand this blade down and see how actual, how it would look this way.
Mhm.
I want to really have a blade made for this setup because
Yeah.
it's like it would be awesome if it was one piece and done correctly.
Yeah. You have to find a shop. I don't know if you can find one.
Well,
on
I know.
Cloud.
I was talking about. Well, I was actually talking to a gentleman from Mystic Knights, Tim from Mystic Knights, and
Oh, nice.
I still may commission him to make this. We were talking about it many moons ago. I think I just fell out of it because I had other stuff that was going on. But I'm back to it now, and I was just like, this thing feels pretty cool, and
It
Yeah,
looks
got a
really
little
cool.
I just got a little button right here to turn it on and off, and and it works. I can fling this thing all over the place. But
Dang.
Yeah.
Dude, if you ever meet the voice guy for Master Chief, you need to have him get a picture with it. And
That would be sick,
and,
yeah.
And voice say like, "This
That would
is
be
the
sick.
thing ever."
That would be sick.
yeah, that guy is. I like the show. The show is pretty cool, man. That was a really good series. Yeah.
Another hilt that I saw from the Jedi Fallen Order games that actually transitioned really well also was the Eno Cordova hilt. I mean, this is the version by LGT. This one is actually a custom one. It usually is supposed to have a more gilded brass version, but the guy who I bought it from, I think it was Mark Ryan, he powder coated it to where it's more of a darker
bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At last, I found my quarry. The
Nice.
This is it's the Explorer by Architique Fonts, and it's supposed to be. It's probably the only one out there that's the only take on Cordova's font, and I think it actually turns out well too.
Wow. Scott says his Tyrannus
Yeah,
was a Black Series.
But yeah, honestly, this thing is a beauty, and it's still a thin neck, and I barely got any room in here. Like the thin neck connectors really help, especially with these. So
Let's see the body on that one. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
not bad.
Oh my.
not sure
Well,
if
that
the camera,
changes my whole view on the whole thing, man. Wow, that's
not
pretty
sure
cool
if you can
looking.
see on the camera, but there are
Yeah.
the Zepho symbols. So yeah, that's
Hold on.
beautiful.
Let's
Wow.
see here.
Well
I wish I
done.
had a
Hold
better
it right there.
There you go.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
Wow, that's really cool. That was ingenious.
I kind of want to have it sent in to someone to have it a little bit weathered, mostly around the silver part, or basically have some rubbing filled in for the to have the Zepho language shine out more.
Yeah, that you could definitely do for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Just a little bit of acrylic and a rag.
That works.
Yeah, I'll have to do some DIY research on that. Of course, one of the most popular animated to real life sabers that we get is the Dark Saber.
Yeah,
This is
that's another one.
the Eben Razor from Electrum Sabercrafts, and honestly,
That's gonna be a rare hilt now.
yeah,
Yeah.
the end of season 1 of Mandalorian, when we see Moff Gideon cut open his TIE fighter with the Dark Saber, that was a reveal that I was not expecting. Nobody was expecting, I would say. But to see that Dark Saber be brought into live action was just incredible.
Yeah.
That I have to agree. It was.
Yeah.
Speaking of Electrum Sabers, I need to get an Evo Flex.
Well, hopefully they'll be on the market, but if you keep looking, you'll find one.
Yeah. I've always wanted one of those. I saw one of those years and years ago when I was still looking at Graflexes on FX Sabers. I think that's about when Electrum came out, and they produced that Evo Flex. First saber with Bluetooth.
I think that with the Evo Flex, plus thanks to Smuggler's Outpost, they have you are able to install your own version of it.
Yeah. They've got the chassis that.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking of retiring this hilt. Not selling it, but retiring it because.
Retiring it to Shelf Queen?
Oh, this one.
Mostly because the sound ventilation from the end isn't as good. And I feel like I would have better luck with the. I'd have better luck with the SE version from
TXQ.
Yeah. And that one it still looks great, and it can be further It can be further weathered and modified to look like an actual dark shade.
Yeah.
As I said, I prefer to duel with my sabers. So, as much as I would like to, have an actual full-on replica dark saber, it just, not discounting it though.
I like this one though. This one is from them. So,
which one is yours?
This is TXQ.
Oh wow!
It's the TXQ one. Okay.
Yeah, they got the small button. The small button on the bottom.
Is that the SE model? Hang on.
The SE model is.
And I made a blade plug.
No, it's not the SE. That's the normal version.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, this is the regular version.
The normal versions do not have the 1-inch capability. It's just the flat blade thing.
No, this is the flat blade. Yeah, I like the flat blade. Actually, it's pretty cool. This thing is pretty bright.
Oh, it is definitely without a doubt.
It's nice. The only thing I didn't like about it was the tip. They never get the tip of this blade, and it really drives me crazy because you're missing a whole other step of how the blade actually flows.
Yeah.
But that's I guess over time when people improve on the blade situation.
Yeah, there's the SE right there.
Yeah. See,
this one's mine because I got the USB. I got the USB port in the bottom, and that's all I do. I just plug it in, boom, done. So I mean, the chassis comes out, but
Yeah, the SE version. The SE version is just it's easier to use, and I can remove the core, easy, simple, and I can always have it. I can always have it weathered and look more like a dark saber and painted later on. Another hilt that we see from the Clone Wars that has transitioned to real life is Sifo Dyas's hilt.
Yes.
This one is from X-Tech. There is one other version that was made. It's the spare parts by what's it called again? Oh, hold on. Let me look it up. Sifo Dyas lightsaber. It's the Oh, it's called The Lost One. And it is from. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I thought I
What
saw
happened?
somebody else.
Did
Oh, his computer died.
James took off or what?
Yeah,
Maybe.
his computer died.
Oh, okay. He'll come back on.
Yeah.
He'll plug it in and he'll get it set up.
Yep. Yeah, somebody just released a Cypher DS Hill.
Oh, it's SP Sabers. SP Sabers
Okay.
made the spare parts.
James, you there?
Lightsaber.
Working on it. Yeah, I'm here, brother. I got to reset my camera. I'm gonna have to come back because I don't know how to reset the camera on here.
But yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, SP Sabers originally made the spare parts Typho DS Hilt. And
I got to plug in my
Honest-
computer and it died. So,
Oh, I know how that goes.
all right, I'll chime back in. Just cook me up in a second.
Okay.
no problem.
See you in a few. Um, let me see. I was thinking of what was that other hilt that I was? What is it? Have we've not really seen prong krills
Pong
saber,
Krell.
right?
Well, I would say the reason why is because it's difficult. It's very difficult to create that hinged lightsaber effect. Like, there's only been a
Yeah.
few that have been able to do that. I mean, even Rey's from the Dark Vision from Rise of Skywalker, that is a very difficult hilt to make because of
Yeah.
the hinge thing with it. I mean, even with the Temple Guard one from Rebels. But I would say that there is Arms on Fire custom. They have been able to do a Pong Krell hilt. It's
Really?
expensive, but it's a very well done hilt. But it's definitely one of those hilts where I would love to have, but I don't see a use for actually using it if it can't properly, if it can't take a beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to use most of my sabers too.
What hilt is that?
Which one?
The one you're working on right there.
Oh, that's the Anakin SC.
Oh, nice.
Or not the SC, it's not the SE. The SE is different. It's Nexus's version of the SE.
It looks great, and adding the control box there. It actually looks like it can hold up.
Oh, this thing is durable. I've thrown it.
You've thrown it?
I have
Really?
Dude, you need to do videos of it. Like dead ass. Like,
Oh, we're doing
throw
videos.
it.
Me and my nephew, we're gonna be fighting with him.
Oh my god. Dude,
I'm gonna have to watch those.
all you need
They'll
now
be
is
on that YouTube.
all you need now is to install, the front button and the back button.
Yeah. I gotta get some more bunny ears too, because the other ones they broke off.
Well, that tends to happen when you throw things around.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the
yes.
weathering came out really nice on this. I like this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
it did. It really did.
And it actually matched up pretty well with the control box. That was actually on a where is it? I had weathered the clamp I bought because I had tried selling it, didn't really get any bites on it. So I'm like, oh, it's just sitting around, why not? So I weathered that. I'm like, you know what? That'll fit on this. So I drilled a couple holes, tapped it. It's only a
There you
little
go.
bit off, but it works. It
Looks
looks
like
on
you
the
might need. Do you have a cover tech wheel on that?
No, I have some spare ones that I just bought though.
Yeah, definitely. Might want to do that
Yeah.
if you intend on holding it around.
Yep.
Whew.
Yeah. I might put
Chamber was on 3D.
this as well. because the D ring is,
Well, I mean, the D rings on the MPPs, they aren't meant to be take on and off as quickly.
No.
So that's why when it came to my Master Replicas Vaders, I had cover tech wheels added.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
accurate.
this one's gonna need some modification because the whole clamp is loose too. I gotta tighten that up somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I find that the cover tech wheel is a little hindrance because I mean it gets in the way sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it all
The
depends.
ones I get
Really.
are low profile. The ones from LGT, they're a little bit shorter.
Yeah. The for some reason, Saber companies haven't synced together how every single cover tech wheel needs to be the exact same size. Otherwise, it just will not fit, and it's annoying. Like
the ones from Ultra Sabers are really thick. They will get stuck in most of the Disney or just off-brand.
That's why the universal, those off-brand ones, just get ones that are universal. The ones from Ultra Sabers are MHS version, are MHS grade.
Yeah.
Which is,
if you guys
like the
those,
prophecy.
I get them 50 cents a piece, so I can get a bunch of them.
Wait,
Like the one that I had on my Prophecy V3, I took it off.
50 cents. They might be cheaper than that. Let me check.
Yeah, I would if it wasn't for, if you were a member of the Saber Legion, I would also let you in on the discount that we had with Custom Saber Shop, but I cannot do that.
It's all good. All right, they are. I can get just the wheels.
One Saber that also has had multiple versions made already and transitions decently to live action. Well, is Asajj Ventress's post Clone Wars hilt. And honestly, there have been.
And which one is that? Which one is that one?
This is the one that we see for the first time in the Bad Jack.
I was Count Dooku's lead assassin. And I traveled
Oh no!
with the people that you know.
Move my stuff. Damn it!
Yeah, I get them 50 cents a piece. Yes.
This is the X-Tech version, and it's a chunky one. It's one of the first.
It is. It's very chunky.
But it feels really nice still. Yeah. But if you hold it more towards the front like this, you have more control. But if you hold it towards the back, so yeah, holding it more towards the front will give you more control.
That ought to be a topic for one time. Does size matter?
Yoda says no, but then just give him an Ultra Sabers hilt, and then he looks at it and he's like, "Shut up."
Change his mind.
Yeah,
right.
But I will say though, of the versions of Ventress's V2 hilt, there's this one by X-Tech. There's the one by TXQ. There's the one that's made by Elf Sabers, which Reaver's Arsenal helped design. There's also the version by KR Sabers, the Harbinger.
Look up for my kill
That
key
one
now.
by KR Sabers is an absolute beauty. And not only is it a beauty, the chassis that they designed for it is beautiful. Like, you basically unscrew it and you take it out like as if it was a magazine to a pistol, and you just simply slide it in.
Oh, that's cool.
It's incredible. I cannot overstate like how incredible it is. But I would say that if I had to choose between upgrading from this, if I could, I would go with the Elf Sabers version or the TXQ version. But either way, they're all pretty good in their own way. I mean,
in their own way, yeah.
This one in particular, one of the issues I had at first was making sure the retention screws for the chassis were in place.
Mhm.
With this particular hilt, the chassis is a pogo pin setup where you have to slide it in and then put the top put this part back on and hold it in secured with these retention screws, which is
Mhm.
fine. It's very laborsome.
Yeah.
I think some of these hilts can be very labor intensive, depending
Yeah.
on your setup.
Yeah. One thing oh, very nice. One thing I did have a critique on is this particular hilt not having a cover tech wheel or anything to hang it on. So one of the nice things though is that they have these side things here. So all I did was just unhook this and do an extra cover tech wheel there, which is nice.
Now I have to admit that KR has done a pretty damn good job
And recently,
of.
with Goth 3D design, they have been upping their chassis game really well.
I would say so. Yeah, they're a bit. I like their chassis. They're just a bit pricey, man.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but
ouch.
thankfully, Taco Shop, especially with the TXQ Kenobi, has really, I think, found a middle ground for it.
Yeah, he's really good, man. I've spoken to him at length. He's pretty good stuff with his designs and, you know, community feedback and stuff like that, which is awesome, you know. I mean, most of the guys who make the chassis out there, like that level, I should say, you know, are
Mhm.
on top of their game, you know. I mean, that's without a given. That's with a given, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool to get the metal parts and stuff like that too, you know. I mean,
Definitely.
that's all part of it. I was super excited when I got all that stuff too. You know?
I would say one of my favorite animated hilts that has come out in recent years would also be Dooku's Jedi hilt.
Yes, I like that.
Yes.
My version
Yeah.
is the X-Tech version, which is not entirely accurate. It's
Mhm.
much more thick because it retains that 1-inch blade.
Yeah.
But the versions that Nexus, TXQ, and even Saber Bay made from Jimmy's junkyard, they're great. They are great hilts. I would just say that it just feels really nice in the hands. Although what's interesting is that Loretto Sabers is working on the Legends version of Dooku's Jedi hilt.
Now, do you think some of the hilts from Visions have come out well?
Come again?
I said, do you think some of the hilts from Visions have come out well?
I think so. I mean, one of the most popular ones that was from LGT was the Lop, and as well as the Ronin.
I think the Lop and the Ronin were the two best to come out of that series.
Yeah, the Ronin's
I
pretty cool.
had a junkyard Ronin. That thing was pretty nice, well built. You know, nice chassis
There's
too.
something to be-
You know, it was all nice, good package. You know,
Yeah,
There's something to be
I don't
said
have it
about a
anymore though.
well-built.
I sold it.
One hilt that I wish was more made was Kare and Am's hilt. Those matching hilts that they did, and the only ones to do that so far is Jawa's Junkyard. But it just is beautiful how it is.
And I don't think I've seen. I don't think I've seen. What's his name? The little robot dude, Toby, right? I don't
Yeah.
think we've seen a version of Toby's out, have we?
Toby is well. There's some versions of that hilt of. There are some hilts that aren't as well grafted on because they could simply be just a version of light, or they
Mhm.
or just a tube because of the animation design. I will
Yeah.
say, for example, the I'm thinking some of the designs like from season 3, for example, they look great, but it just wouldn't translate well into real life. Like why there's only some like limited runs, like for example.
Yeah, the practicality of it.
Yeah, like Vision, like the Ronin, for example, it works because of the detail. Um,
Hmm.
even the hilt that the Grand Master uses in season 3, in that episode, like it's basically the top part of a Kenobi, A&H, but instead of the hilt being rounded, it has a hexagonal rounded part, and the bottom
Hmm.
part looks like it's just made in with a tooth or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I'm sure that there are people, that there are sabersmiths out there looking over this and just thinking, what can I do?
Scott.
Hmm.
This is creepy. Like that's Doctor Evil.
Doctor Evil.
Scott. Yes.
Oh, is that?
Oh wait, she's sleeping. Actually,
He's gonna get her up.
Oh, he's getting the snake.
Yeah, he's getting her up and he's gonna piss her off. Let's see. I'll bring it back to when he puts her in. Let's see. I'll bring it back. And too much silence right now, man. Let's see. What other?
Well, what do you
Oh
want to
my
talk
God.
about?
Let's see. What other hilts? I mean, we could talk about anything, man. We already pretty much
Okay,
talked
do or
about.
do not. There is no try.
Fair enough.
Exactly. Hey, that's why I put and more all the time.
And more. Yeah. Well, it's true.
You
Oh,
know?
so Scott Carpenter says he wants one of the new flat Tyrannus hilts, the SC versions that were from that are from TXQ.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh boy.
why hello.
I dare you! I double dog dare you to
I can
put
see
that
Chris
as
Pratt.
your dating profile pic. I triple, quadruple dog
I
dare
might.
you.
I just might.
And Carter came to so he could see the snake, and then he probably took off. He had to go or something.
Wow.
I don't know, Carter, you still in?
She just woke up. She's tired.
Aw.
No, son of a bitch.
I scared her.
Mm,
That time.
it didn't. It broke. Damn it! I knew that was gonna happen. Huh. Go figure.
Uh-oh, what did you break?
I 3D printed a Kenobi statue. I'm trying to get. Hold on here. Let me
Ah,
see.
cool.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, I'm trying to get all of the supports off, and it ain't going too well.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh. Oh, wow.
and
Looks good
'cause
so far, though.
he sits like this, and I kind of busted the saber that goes across like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but it's not bad because I can
Oh, I see
I
it
can
now. I see it now.
I could take some of the supports and kind of iron it back onto the
Yeah.
to the other little portion that it broke and do it that way and then kind of hide the seam where I took the iron to it and put it back like that. But
Well, for something
yeah,
like
man.
that, for something like that, I would have used trees because the tree is better than the massive amount of support that you've got there. It'll only support
Yeah.
certain things. Try tree next time because it'll
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
save you
going
time.
to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And filament.
And filament, yeah, for sure, man. And it's equally as strong. Be honest with you. I mean, I use tree support all the time now for my chassis and everything now because
Yeah.
it's really great. It's and it comes off like no problem. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I should have done the tree, but I didn't do it this time with the tree supports. And I was
I just did
I was
one
too
for
in a hurry
my.
to try to get.
I just did one for my my Luke Hero, my core bath. because I had an original one that I printed a long time ago in there, and it's just the print wasn't as good as the new printers are now. So I
Yeah.
printed a new
Mhm.
chassis, and it's like,
Speaking of Corbath, actually, there is one thing I do actually want to talk about. So right before Black Friday, they released their own version of what Darth Bane's hilt would look like, the curved hilt.
mhm.
I think it looks amazing. I mean, compared to Jawas Junkyards and what Rob Petkel did with Genesis Custom Sabers back in the day, I think it looks amazing.
Oh
And
yeah,
this was just
absolutely.
recent.
Yes, it's on their website. It's called the Curved Bane.
Power of Two or
No, the Curved Bane.
Curved
The
Bane.
curved Bane. Yeah,
I see it.
it
Yeah,
looked
they call
really
it the
cool.
Power of Two also.
Oh,
so,
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Darth Bane inspired. Yeah, it looks pretty damn cool, man. Wow, they got the claw in there and everything.
Yeah, I mean, Randy.
Is that an open chamber in there? Oh, it's just brass inside. Wow, that looks really nice.
Yeah, Randy convinced me to get.
Oh, it is an open chamber.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Randy convinced me to get the Jade Slayer because he told me that there were some left, and
Wow.
that guy is a hustler. But I love him. I hope to meet him someday in real life. He sounds like an awesome guy.
That's cool. I like the open chamber like that. That's really nice how they did that.
And I recently checked, and I'm subscribed to their website, and they are releasing new hilts in the next couple for this holiday season, including
Really?
the XR Kun, which I think they're doing their own version of. They're doing a new version of the V1, a stainless steel version.
Oh wow.
They're doing Darth Scion's hilt, and they're doing Princess Leia's lightsaber from Legends.
Oh wow.
And here's the thing about Leia's hilt is that she had different versions and multiple ones. And one of the ones I remember from the past was someone doing, it was Saberforge. They did a version which was a thin neck. It was thin in the middle. And ultimately the run of it stopped because it was not structurally sound in the middle part. But thankfully,
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
I would say nowadays it's much. I think they would be able to pull it off with such a Legends hilt. But honestly, I mean, we'll see what Corbanth Elf Sabers comes up with. But it looks like these incredible hilts.
That looks pretty good how they designed it. They got a little cover. They've got a covering like the chassis part. I think you can pop it out from there.
Yeah,
I'm not sure,
the magnetic piece to it. Yeah,
pretty damn cool, man. So I like those. Like I said, those kind of designs are what grabs everybody. Like I like those things. I'm into parts and pieces. I'm not into losing those parts and pieces, but I'm into parts and pieces.
Yeah, the bits and bobbles with that.
Yeah, well, it's just a matter of how good the magnetics are and how good the glue is holding that magnetics in. I've lost several of those little tiny magnets in several different parts over the years, and but it's a very cool idea. It's a good design.
Well, hopefully, I hope to get the Bane Sunday, but for now, I'm actually more focused on getting my installations done because God help me, I have a few, including I purchased a Mundi from Reaver's Arsenal, and it's not just any Mundi; it's the prototype, the original prototype hilt that the Elf Sabers made for the Mundi run on Corbanth. So the question is
that KR Mundi that I have. Oh my God, man! I'm still busting my brain on how I'm going to install it because of that one piece, man. It throws everything off that I'm accustomed to. And
what piece is that?
The inside the emitter part.
Yeah.
So if you look, I'll take it off so you can see. and it's crazy, man, because you'll see. I'm gonna take a. So it's pretty deep inside the emitter, right?
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
Oh
So
yeah.
the emitter is pretty deep. I mean,
Yep.
if you look at it, it's pretty deep. But then when you turn it over, the only thing that two things that I'm thinking of is one, I can drill this out, right? And drill
Why?
it out just enough, drill it out just enough to set a PCB in there. Now, um,
Or at least
another
get the
thing that
wires through. Get most of the wires through.
You just need to print
well,
out a PCB adapter and tap out so you can secure it, or you can actually glue it into place once the wires are there.
mhm.
I would use a glue that you can get it out with, but like E6000 or something, which is pretty good. I use that often in thin necks when I don't want to put in another scrub screw because
Well,
driving
that's
those scrub
another.
screws in. Or
Yeah, so that's another
do
thing
you
I was
have? Is
thinking
there
of.
an
It's
Allen? Is
because
there a set screw there on the side of that though? Already,
only
is
on
there a
the
set
yeah, only on the top up here
just the
for
top,
the
not on the bottom where the part goes for the PCB?
no,
Nothing there at all on the south side. Okay,
nope,
so yeah,
nope.
that's probably what it would be meant to do. Just to use some glue, set your PCB adapter in there, whether it be that plastic one
Hmm.
you had, and keep the wires through long enough so that it reaches the rest of your components, and then
So
you'll be
another
okay.
thing, yeah. So like I was thinking is because it's
Hmm.
so deep, and I can use
That's okay.
two things, right? And one of the things I was thinking of is the CC pin adapter, like this
Hmm.
right here,
Yeah. Hmm.
and like you were saying, glue it to this part right here
You
because it
make sure
won't.
all your components are put together first, and then you seat the whole thing, wires and all, into the adapter, and then the adapter goes
Mhm,
into the emitter, and then
mhm.
you see how tight it is. I mean, if it's already pretty tight, then the blade is going to hold that sucker in. It's not like you're going to be, well, it depends on who you are, but if you swing that without a blade half the time, it's
Yeah,
probably not going to fall out if it's fairly tight in there. But if it's not
yeah,
and it's loose as a goose and you think it's going to fly out like a blade plug, then you put a little bit of glue in there, and then you just and then it should make it. So that's pretty
right.
tight then.
And if you see right here,
Yeah.
it doesn't even come
Well,
close to interfering with the threads right there,
you need the other
right?
side. Oh, you want to? Oh, I
So
see what you're trying to do. Why
you
would you want to
see,
put a PCB there?
well, because the chassis is going to have the other set of pins, right?
Right,
So
but the
the
chassis body
way,
is different, though. Where's the chassis body? Where's the body? There's the body. Oh, I see what you're saying. Now
you
I see
see,
what you're saying. Yes, I do.
because the
I
body
see it. Yeah.
is got some decent real estate to it, right?
Tell you
So
what,
you got some.
I can do something for that for you. I can mill that out so that it fits a PCB, and then you would design the chassis around how that would fit. How it fits naturally.
Right, because see, here you have
Yeah, I could
these
actually mill
buttons.
the emitter out for you.
Those buttons are right there, right?
Yeah, sure. But I see what you're saying. There's no place for a pin for a PCB setup yet. That was actually
Yeah,
designed for hardwire
basically it was. Yeah,
and
initially it was.
RGB. In fact,
Now I had seen I watched I watched a couple of YouTube videos on the Mundi itself, and most of them were hardwired, right?
mm-hmm.
They were basically hardwired where they had the wires coming out from the emitter down into the
Yeah,
body.
that's something that they could have. Yeah, they probably did that
But
for
but
design reasons.
I yeah, but I don't want to do that.
No.
I want to actually have the chassis to go in here, and if I
Hmm.
want to take part of it out,
Hmm.
because these LEDs right here, they light up too. So
Okay, I see what you
um,
mean.
that'll have to be, this is a pin setup. It's kind of odd. So you got the
Oh,
pins
okay.
like
Yeah,
this,
that's cool.
and
Yeah, it's into a
and
connector. Just watch one's bent. Be careful.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I did a boo boo, and then I might have to
Yeah,
grab
because
another one.
well, once you get them in there and they break, it's hard to get them out. So
Hmm. I know I might have to order a
yeah,
new one.
yeah. But that's a cool setup too. I know what you're saying. You're trying to make it so it's a removable, but depends on how that pin setup is. It looks pretty long, so it looks deep in there.
Hmm.
So you'd have to design the chassis around that. Probably some slide connectors or something that can accommodate that.
Right, for sure. And it may very well be where the chassis may have to be into two pieces.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the first half will accommodate where and the buttons and the speaker part of it, and then the second half up here will accommodate everything else,
yeah.
right?
That's great.
So and then of course it's got the the cover tech wheel, kind of a big though,
Yeah.
and this is kind of odd because my whole hand will cover like
Hmm.
around the whole thing,
Yeah,
but then
but you're more on the
the,
grip, so
the
you'd be more
buttons.
forward. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
But
It's
it's
kind of.
not bad.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I've also seen where they put a light up an LED right here for
LED
the
there.
button part.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll take this out and they'll do a LED button
Hmm.
setup, and that
Yeah.
looks pretty neat too. So.
Yeah, those are nice. They make those. I love those. Yeah, different color ones. You can get those dual quad wire ones. Those are nice. Very cool.
But as we see in the movies of the movie, I mean it's a great looking design, but the practicality of it is almost kind of
Well, I mean, clan hilts were
hard.
made on the cheap in order to save on production to a different
Hmm.
design. In fact, in episode 3, I think the actor that was playing Kiadi Mundi used the practice hilt that Syndralig would use because that scene
Hmm.
got cut. So that's what the hilt that they were using during that scene on Megiddo.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
It'd definitely be a fun build, that's for sure. Challenging to say the least.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to getting the Mundi because that I will tell you that dual chamber, that dual crystal chamber looks so nice.
I want to work on some more blasters, man.
Yeah,
I love this.
NeoPixel blasters. That is something that is becoming a much more popular attraction
Yeah.
in the community.
I need him to do the drain.
I want
Well, they just
to. I want
made
to do like.
a Halo rifle. I can't remember what the model name was.
That's cool.
Yeah, the combat rifle, the first one you start out with.
Yeah,
That one was pretty cool. They used I think they used a copy in that.
Yeah, those are cool. I love doing those. I already did a few of them.
I would like to do Han Solo's blaster once.
Yeah, I've got that, but I don't have it wired, but I have it.
Yeah,
I had
See if I
mine
can grab
sent to Jonathan Rossi of Sabers Forever, and let me tell you, that thing I just love.
I got this one. Would love to wire it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got everything in it. I actually did the heat vacuum form for the lenses in this, so that it looks, you can see through it and things like that. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
This nice little kit. Yeah, and the trigger actually functions, but I'd have to spring load it. And everything functions, like this will function. So if we want to make this a switch, so there's a lot of cool little parts, and the scope comes off. It's pretty nice. Pretty cool stuff.
And is that the one that used to be like a paint gun, like a paintball gun?
Yeah, the AW Custom. That's the one. That's the one that I have. Hold on, let me actually go get it.
Yeah. Because like without the scope, you can actually see. Oh, well, I can do it. No, I can't because it's all Allen. Well, I put this together a little differently because I wasn't going to wire it, so I just kind of used it as it's hanging on my back wall here, so that's why I was trying to grab some different ones because I've got a whole bunch of them.
I was thinking of trying to find some on the on printables and see if I can do one
This
on
is mine right
printables.
here.
Ooh.
Just take out the kill key.
Yeah, now that is just sweet.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
well, that's nice sound. Yeah.
Yeah, very.
Seriously, the way the speaker is on, even with my hand covered, it is loud.
Wow.
83.
Nice. Sounds great.
Pull trigger.
Yeah, there's something to be said. That one
Very
though is a
cool.
pretty penny,
So I love
pretty
doing
penny
those,
though,
man.
right? That one was like I think at 780 or something like that.
Oh, that chassis is cool, man.
Yeah,
That's what I like to do. Yeah, that's
Oh,
bad.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That I like a lot. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's a Profit
That's
V2, and
very cool.
and
Great
what's neat-
idea.
And I'm hoping, I want to figure out how I can actually do this, because I know that there is a way you can do a blaster setting on through FET263's website.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just trying. I just need to figure that out because
Yeah.
the config file and whatnot. Let me see. Where does it say blaster blank blade?
In the props file.
Well, no, I'm looking on.
All right, and then catch you later, bro. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I was just about to show my FD one, my FD11, which I love. This thing it's pretty
Blank
badass.
blade. Blaster. Where is that at?
No, I think the first one to do those though was Tearfon Orbital, right?
Yeah, Tearfon. I honestly don't know.
I think he was the first one to get to doing those, and then after that was Forever Sabers.
I did mine. I did versions of mine. Well, you'll see in a second when you switch me over. But I got these from a prop company. I built it up, and then I just installed my own.
Oh,
way of
wow.
doing it. Install my own way of doing the electronics and stuff like that, and put the LEDs to. So this was never meant to be electronic, but I just pulled the key.
Wow, look at that.
And then I have the LEDs going, and then
Interesting.
I need to do some of those blasters, man.
So
I need to do some.
and then I just press it on, so it's got an on button, and so I have a whole strip going through.
Yeah,
That's
let's
pretty
see.
cool.
Look at that.
It's a whole
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I had for flashlight in here, but I took it out. And then I have the lights going on the top.
I need to talk with Jonathan Rossi. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, John does a really awesome job of that stuff, man.
Yeah, these are fun, man. I love these things.
And Mick to Sit did he did some of those blasters as well.
Yeah, he did the other one. I have the same one. I bought the kit. I did the same thing.
Oh, it comes in a kit?
Yeah, it's a 3D printed. You buy the STL and you print it out. This is the one.
Okay.
Except I added more stuff. I added wires and I added a whole bunch of things and a flashlight, tactical flashlight on the side. I added, but everything else is the same. So you can actually take the grip down if you want.
Oh, nice.
The armrest. It's
I
a
actually
pretty good one.
There's an Army Navy surplus store in my town, and I'm
Scott.
and I asked the guy if he comes across any spare Sterling submachine guns, if he'd let me know, and I'd buy one off of him.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I got that Saber Merchant switch on here so that I can do quick select and stuff like that, and then you can press the
Now
button.
that's good, though. That's that's pretty innovative right there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I love
innovative,
that.
man.
Yeah, yeah, and probably
That is
you can
pretty
do
sweet.
3 switches. Yeah. Well, what I have is the battery section because I had to develop my own chassis in here, but it's Let me just get this out because I'm using those grippy Allen, but I just slide the handle off, and that's where my chassis is.
Wow.
I'm interrupting
So
you with
my
my two pews.
My Profi, and it holds a vape battery, but it's still powerful enough to run this for a while. So I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, because I wanted to fit it in the handle, and so I love that.
What size of battery? That you said vape battery, but it's
It's a
size
vape
of battery?
It's almost like a AA size,
Uh-huh.
and it actually lights this up. And I do have an OLED screen on this. Well, I'll put a battery.
Is it almost like the size of a 13500 or whatever the short?
No, it's smaller than that. I'll show you.
Oh,
I'll show you
smaller.
right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I'll show you.
Smaller than that. Man, impressive. It's so interesting to know that electronics are getting much more powerful but much smaller at the same time.
Well, I found
Right?
a pretty cool company that has good ones, and these are tiny ones. You know, they're 1,000 milliamp,
Oh yeah.
3.7 volt, and they're 10 amp, so that's pretty good. But they're only 3.6 watt hours, so they're not a lot. But I'll show you how everything lights up on it. It's pretty cool. So I got my OLED there,
Oh, nice.
and then and I just press the button. And same thing with the gun triggering.
That's crazy.
And then I have one pacing out.
Wow.
And then when I hold it, I have a program that I use that for stun because I don't have a second button attached to this just to trigger. So
Mhm.
sometimes it'll go. That depends on the program, but it's a pretty cool item. And then I have the board when it does vibration, when it feels vibration, like it'll make the trigger sound. You know.
I
have the clash threshold set pretty low, so you can do that.
Oh.
You know, but
And
you'll hear it.
for somebody who shoots firearms like myself, that is so satisfying. You know,
It is pretty cool, yeah, because that's how
it's so
they look.
satisfying. You're trying to get the stormtroopers more accurate.
Yeah, totally. Trying to get to I think I only have one on. Yeah,
The whole
I
kit.
only have. But it's a pretty cool little kit on there. I think you can still get them. I forgot exactly which one company had it, but somewhere online, if you just put in that model number, you'll find like a billion of them. But
Yeah.
this
Well,
one is a special one because it has all the open box stuff you can actually mount
Now-
things in.
I had seen a couple of blaster kits on Cults 3D, and then
Yeah.
also
Yeah, good-
on
good
printables.
company. Yep.
And however, the ones that I've seen were not like in pieces where there was only one or two that I saw that you can only install electronics in. And it wasn't more or less like you had a plethora of choices, right?
Yeah.
Because most of the blasters that they have, most of the blaster stuff that they have, you can't fit the electronics. Basically, you print them out and you put them, you paint them, you sand them, you paint them, and you put them on the shelf, and
I would
that's it.
say-
Right.
They're just
Right.
static.
I would
I
say
don't want
the
a
majority
static one.
of technology nowadays, we can be able to do that and shift it down into that. Like hell, you could take a deactivated M16 and augment it to look like an A380 or A280.
Mm-hmm. And I did the Blade Runner one. I printed this out.
Oh,
The weapon.
Very
right?
nice.
So it's
oh,
got
look
the
at that.
trigger. Yeah, and then you could flick the trigger and it reloads, So it's pretty cool. The other side of the barrel will come out if you move the trigger forward, and I think that's how it comes out. How does it come out again? Oh yeah,
Nice.
it's on a see, and then it unloads like that, and it has the bullets,
Oh.
the actual 3D printed bullets.
Oh, I like that, man, because I actually
Yeah.
shoot a 357 revolver, man. So
This
that
is
to me is like the
to
whole
be honest with you, that's what this model really is underneath all of this. I mean, if you take away this crazy barrel and stuff, and you look at it
Yeah.
close, I mean, it's basically that, But
Yeah.
he's got like all kinds of other stuff with this, But then I made the lights go on at least. I have this little switch and I put all the LEDs in. So that's just like a watch battery. Again, another shelf queen, nothing, no sound or anything, but it's just I
Right.
guess it's like favorite things, you print out your favorite things. That's what I basically like to do. These are my favorite
Mhm. I'm
props.
still going to commission that Baka tank from you though too.
I'm
I'm not.
actually
I haven't
I'm on
forgotten
my
that.
I'm actually, as we speak, I'm redesigning that a little bit so it's a little cooler because
Uh-huh.
I wanted it also to be able to lay down on top of the platform and light up also. So I'm going to be adding
Uh-huh.
another connector to the bottom. So I'm actually, this is why I haven't been on for so long, because I've been busy trying to do redesigns. I've been doing fonts. I've been trying to get all these projects ready so that when I'm ready, I just put it right out there and make everybody see.
Speaking of fonts, I very
Yeah.
much your King Ghidorah font was very nice. Thank you. That was,
Cool. You're welcome. Thanks.
I haven't gotten it yet, but the demo video was amazing.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I
pretty
haven't
cool,
got
man.
it
It's a lot of
yet.
fun.
I'm
And
going
that's
to.
another
Yeah, I'm
thing
going to get it.
that for the CFX folks out there, Lord Remakin is making a lot of the graphics fonts now. So
I
it's, pretty
saw
cool.
that. I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Hi.
Those
the
look
graphics blade
badass.
styles now.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
James, help me understand something. How come CFX only now has been going through and doing blade fonts, blade styles? Because considering how long CFX has been out on the market, I would have thought someone would have, started doing that.
Well, I think it's been developed. That's what I think been working on. See, a lot of things go unnoticed because they are still in development and they're trial and error. A lot of people, in my opinion, don't want to bring out a lot of things until it's really finalized and done. So to
Yeah.
program that board to accept graphics and bitmaps and all that stuff is on a whole other level, man. I mean, that is like
Yeah.
from creating picture format. Well, it's still digital, but it's still a picture basically. You're drawing all this stuff, so and you
Mhm.
have to have a certain skill for that. So I'm, shout out to Remco, Lord Remakin for contributing to the community on what I call pretty damn cool blade styles. I mean,
Yeah, they are.
he's been on it, ever since. And so if you're CFX lover, go check him out. I think he's on TikTok. He's on my website now because I'm hosting him. So he's on my
Awesome.
website with all my blade styles. But you'll find, he's doing blade styles for everybody. Jay DeLorean.
I
he's
saw
doing a
that with
lot
Jay
of-
DeLorean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something to say because Jay DeLorean does some really cool blade styles as well. And
Oh,
for
yeah.
him to have,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Rinkin on there is something special too. So,
Well, like I said,
he's doing
many
something
moons
right.
ago, man, I said the more the merrier. The community has some great people up there, and a lot of
Yeah.
them are going unnoticed. So, I wanted to give. I hooked up with him. He emailed me. So
We need to
he's
get him on the
pretty damn
show.
cool. Huh? Yeah, that's
We need
going to
him
be
on
a
the show.
timed event, though. We're gonna have to do it early in the morning, though, because he is in the Netherlands.
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, and it was actually very cool. I love when I meet people from other lands. It's my favorite thing in the whole world to do. And once we chatted, we actually talked, had a conversation. I mean, he is an amazing. He's amazing. He's a cool dude, man. So, and his blade styles and his creations, the way he does it is pretty top notch. I mean, he really concentrates and studies what the sound font wants. So,
Hmm.
I'm pretty happy, and he's a really good person to know. So, he's doing
Yeah.
well.
Well, see,
He's
because
doing
when we had KR Sabers on here, man,
well.
it was like I think it was like 10 o'clock in the morning for us
Mm,
here,
yeah.
and
Well,
over there
he's
it
at
was
8
like
hours
6 or 7.
difference.
Yeah. So it was like 6 or 7 in at night for KR Sabers, man. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I
but
have to
yeah, if you ever
accommodate.
wanted to do that, he would probably do that. It would probably have to be like either on a weekend show or something, where because you know, uh,
Oh yeah,
time.
no, if I have to make
Yeah.
a special show like on a
Yeah.
Saturday to accommodate
But
their
contact him.
Sunday,
Talk to him.
yeah.
I'm. In fact, I'll retrieve some information and I will relay some information, I should say, to him and see what he thinks, because it'd be a good opportunity to, you know, see what's in the
Well,
minds of everybody now and then, and see where we're going and where we're coming from, and
oh,
all this good.
absolutely, because that's the whole basis of the show is to showcase
Yeah.
the people that have not been showcased
Oh yeah.
and those that work really hard. And I want to get like the behind the scenes people and say, hey, nobody really knows until they see the final product of what these people go through, and i
Yeah.
i want to be able to showcase the work. So the goal of the show and the heart and soul is to have more guests on the show.
Hmm.
And so the direction that we're doing awesome things, but what I want to take the show in the direction is try to have some new, along with the four of us, is some new guests to come on and talk about what they want to talk about. So
Oh yeah.
like Rinkin will talk about his blade styles, and then other people that we have not seen that are up and coming, or or very established in the community, and we need to revisit some of their work, stuff like that. So we need to bring them on and
Yeah, it's getting
project.
real popular. It's really becoming, and CFX has come a long, long, long way. I mean,
Oh yeah,
they've got a lot of, well, the CFX website, the forums, everything. They even have a breakdown of all the different characters in the config. They really have come a long way, and I enjoy it. I like the blade styles. I think they're pretty smooth. The brightness is
and
great.
Irv is really good dude, man. I
Yeah,
like
they're
Irv a
good.
lot. Irv, he's really nice, man. In the few
And
times that I've talked to
Tristan.
Irv.
And Tristan Cam too, he does a lot
Mhm.
of the, intricacies, those little things, those designs, a lot of blade styles he's got on his website too. Don't forget,
Yeah,
'cause, and yeah,
that's
I mean, like I said, less is more is better. More is better. A better selection is always going to help the community. I mean, you need that. If you only had
yeah,
one selection, it'd
absolutely.
be pretty boring.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man.
Yeah,
Darth
Vader.
Vader.
Yeah.
Lord Vader.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I have my Vader. I don't even know where he is right now. He's somewhere. I got my Vaders up there. Oh, here, I'll press the button. Where are you? Okay, there's my Vader.
Lord Vader.
Line of party. I mean, C-3PO, what am I saying? Yeah, sorry. He's cool, man. I like this dude. He's pretty cool. He's a fun one.
One of the I don't think I've seen one of the characters. I don't think I've ever seen his lightsaber too much. Was oh my gosh, what's his name? The short little dude. Not Yoda, but the other
Evan Peel.
Evan Peel. Yeah.
Well, I actually have the PD. Actually have the thing by Wanawanga on it about it. Give me a second. Yep. It says here as the Star Wars EU grew in the 90s, many new Jedi Sith characters were added. For fun, RPF member Luke created a website for custom designs of all these new characters. Several of these designs were later used in with permission by Dark Horse Comics in canonizing many of the designs. One of them had a particularly original trilogy feel, Evan Peel's lightsaber. Basically, it was a Minicam Junior Flash with an ESP style edge card.
Huh.
And what's interesting is that when you look at the designs that Ultimate Works has done, that LGT has done, they look nothing like the original one that RPF did, that Luke did. And I mean, which makes sense because they're basing the design off of the Clone Wars animated series. But at the same time, though, I really wish they would have just, done something similar, done something that was based off of Luke's stuff.
What other designs have there been in video games that we really haven't touched on?
Well, let's see. There's the Boone Kestis, Centauri Kreese hilt from Ultimate Jedi Survivor. The lightsaber that we see in Republic Commando, but that's just the basic texture thing. Let's see what else. Well, I will say
What are some of the
I will say the lightsabers that were from the Legacy comics. Cade Skywalker's lightsaber, which is basically a basic eco graphics design based off the graphic. There's the Imperial sabers. There's the sabers that the new Sith use that are very difficult to replicate because crafting something like that with metal is very difficult. Jawa's Junkyard can attest to that with their Red Harvest hilt.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are some that do 3D models, but they won't hold up when sparring. Let's see what
The
else.
Sith Father was pretty cool to install, man. That thing was pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's the wood grain one. That's a pretty ingenious development and hilts and hilts.
What I am thinking of doing sometime next year is getting a Gunji hilt, not the one from Jawa's Junkyards, but I'm going to get the one that's from Ultra Sabers. Hear me out. It may be chunky, but considering that Gunji is a Wookiee, it works.
Big hands. Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll basically take I'll take it, and then I'll even do a live stream degunking of it. I will basically take it and I will clip the wires off that spout, and I will hold it up to the camera and say, "Sabers, your soundboards are shit. I am installing this with profit."
Well, you're already doing it. You're already doing it.
And I mean, one of the things I've seen is Gibson from SG Customs on Etsy and on the community boards. His way of using
Looking good, Chris.
pixels.
It does have a good red though.
With Ultra Saber hilts actually might be worth looking into.
Yeah.
But yeah, a Gunji hilt like that would be very neat. Plus, I would definitely hold on to the thin neck pencil blade because since it takes a 1 inch, since the whole thing takes a 1 inch blade, I could just simply drop it, my stock RGB adapter and just play it through there.
Mhm.
I like
Nice.
this. It flashes to green when you move it.
That's cool.
Bright cyan, ice white, glacier, silver, deep pink, magenta, deep purple, purple, indigo, ice blue, blue, dodger blue, blue, cyan,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the color effects.
green yellow,
Color
yellow,
effects are always fun.
green yellow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely for sure. Metal Blaster will be my next project. Oh yeah. For sure, Mo. For sure.
All right, man.
Boom.
Want some bright? Let's go for bright.
Go for bright.
Yeah.
Go for bright.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
My retinas are burning. My retinas are burning.
Behind you. Through my hand. Not so
That thing
bad.
is so badass,
Cool.
dude. That is
That's
badass.
pretty
That is
cool.
badass.
Let me see if I change the color. I think it's
Color change.
yeah. So I'm using an RG. I'm using a Xeno for this. So let's see. I'll do something else. Oh no!
What else, Scott?
I haven't charged it for a while.
They're
Although it does.
playing with it. They're playing with it too long. They're playing with it too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, I have.
You gotta get
Charge.
spare batteries.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
I got a little darker.
Color change.
Come on, hurry!
Hello,
I could do all
darkness,
this
my
at
old friend.
Yeah, it's too low.
Recharge.
I was playing it for a while because I was just trying to see the actual reflection within the blade and how it's gonna look if I do sand it. But but I did a lot of fill on it, so I'm just curious to see if it's gonna come out the way I'm hoping. If not, I'm gonna try and go for some sort of an acrylic design, like it or something of that effect.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do, man. It would be so cool to do a blade like that in a regular polypropylene, like the blades are made out of. That would be amazing, but it's so hard to get molds for injection like
Polypropylene?
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's basically what your blades are made out of. It's a
Oh, that's
it's a-
polycarbonate.
Other than the
polycarbonate. Sorry,
polycarbonate?
wrong one.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, okay.
I got polypropylene.
Well, that would be difficult because it's a soft grade, but
That's the
yeah, the
poly.
yeah, there you go. There it goes.
Oh, you can't hurt those things. That one is bent
Chris
through
knows.
hell and back.
Yeah, I love
Quite
those things,
literally.
man. They're pretty cool. It's always cool. Good stuff.
we're getting there. We're getting there on the Kenobi.
Oh, that looks really cool.
Oh, it looks great.
Oh,
So
good.
and then the saber
Yeah.
will come out a little bit right
Yeah.
here.
One.
Actually, it goes across. I think. But the way I had it, I oriented it this way. So I'll have to
Got
look at it.
That looks cool.
But yeah, he's supposed with his meditation. He's supposed to be.
That's
It's
cool.
supposed to be like in front of him like this.
Yeah.
I think I got it. I think I got it off of Colts 3D.
Yeah.
I don't
Try,
remember the name of the maker.
But try the trees next time because those will really help your printing out a lot. If doing full support like that can be devastating on models that are, have all those little depths and crannies and things,
Yeah, I
Something
should have
to
done
think
that to
about.
begin with. I should have
Yeah.
done that to begin with, and I
That's all
got overexcited and like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it the way
Well,
it is, and that's
Sometimes that stuff's okay, but it's the amount that you use is the percentage. Like if you did that type of support and you use like 3%, you'd probably be okay. But if you use like 25 or 50, it creates a
Yeah,
big
I don't know
gamut
what the
of
percentage was. I didn't even pay attention to the percentage because all I did was just put it in there and
yeah,
print it.
yeah,
After I
yeah. Most
sliced it.
people just do. Yeah, yeah.
The
A lot of people do.
detail on the lightsaber came out pretty damn
No,
good, man.
that came out
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
that came
it
out
it,
real
it
good.
came out really well. I mean,
Yeah, no
uh,
doubt. Small items are hard to do on printers. That came out good.
yeah, I'm really impressed with the Centauri Carbon for it being just a single um a, a single color printer.
Yep.
It does the job, man. But I mean, there's a lot of backlash going on because Elegoo is not coming out with a multicolor system for it. But I kind of think I think they're because they came out with the Centauri Carbon 2 that has the multicolor, but I think they're gonna come out later on with the AMS or whatever it is uh
Oh,
for
I'm
the
sure you're
for the
probably going to
regular
see a lot of
Centauri 1.
changes. You'll see a lot of
Yeah.
changes. I mean, this future is bright, man, when it comes to 3D printing, and there's so much technology out there. I mean, you can't even grasp it. It's crazy. There's so much, out there.
Hmm. Oh, and Chris sent me a board too. What was it? The SNV4, Chris? Oh, he's out of the picture.
Yeah. That's MV4. Hang
So
on, I gotta grab something real quick.
So yeah, man. I've got this now. Now I'm like super interested to play around with it
Mm.
and wire it up eventually if I can get to it. I got like 12 hilts now. I need to wire up and do. I'm like, oh no. I bought all these hilts. I bought all these hilts, and not one of them. Oh, the only one that's really installed is my uh Roy Boy, but even that one kind of
Mm.
messed up again now, and I gotta redo all the wiring for that one now. So it's out of
Yeah,
commission for a few.
I got a busy week coming up. I got a MW3 MW3 coming in. I've got Barris's hilts coming in. I've
Yeah,
got
basically, context.
they're all
Context. I have a bunch of hilts that I need extra retention screws on, and
Yeah.
some updates, including my Anakin AOTC. And the smaller hex screws that we've been using just aren't going to cut it. And I like to be universal. So basically, that's what we're doing. And I also included my Jade Slayer, which I would definitely love to have installed. I'm
Yeah, that'd be great.
you're going to hold on to it until I get you the money.
Hey man, well, it gives me a chance to design something really cool. You know what I mean? It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, look, even if you use the chassis that comes with it, great. If you create something,
If it came with it too, that's awesome. That's
I
even
sent you
better.
the chassis.
Yeah, great.
I feel like
that's awesome. Yeah, that'll be a breeze. Those things will be easy to get some nice screws in there to hold the blades in.
The idea is for good blade retention, because one blade retention is just not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, it depends on the on the velocity, I should say, on a lot of people, how they swing things. Obviously you are more in tournaments, so and you swing harder.
I don't use them in tournaments, but I use them at cons and
right. Yeah. So, but you don't want this thing to come out and go flying across into somebody's brain. It's like you pretty much want them to stay locked in. So
that's what happens
larger.
to me.
Well, yeah, it happens. It happens.
Oh, no, oh God! Imagine if that happened, and it was at a convention where Ewan McGregor was at, and it just flows past his face. I look over at him and I just like,
can you imagine?
Sorry, master.
I lost a blade outside. I wasn't too happy about it because it got all messed up, but I did lose a blade outside. I was playing around and it went right up and boom, crashed right down. Tip was actually good, but for some reason it stopped working, so the blade I had to redo it. So.
Oh yeah. those connections.
Well,
they come
pixel blades too. You know, they take a beating, but they don't. You know, not as much as everybody thinks now. But I'm telling you, those
Yeah.
new, I don't know what's going on with those new LGT blades that I've seen, but man, they are beating the living crap out of those things, and they are holding light like nobody's business. And I want to get a. I just want to get a handle on one
I
of
think
them.
they've been. Yeah, I'm actually.
And which ones is that again?
I'm blown away. Well,
LGT.
Damian Sabers doing them, and
Yeah.
you know, I've been watching that lately. And to be honest with you, I don't know how they're accomplishing that much abuse in a blade like that. I would love to. I want to buy one just to beat the hell out of it, just to try it. You know, just for that reason. Really.
I can get you one if you want it.
Well, we'll talk about it.
All right.
Because I definitely thinking about it. I mean, I want that exact one that they're standing on and beating.
I know,
right?
I want
Exactly.
that one. In fact,
Yeah,
just send me the one
exactly.
that they stood on because I want to see if it still works.
Because I don't think it's their bright blade because that's why I've gotten this. It's pretty strong, but
yeah, but they were standing on it, like literally, like one guy.
Yeah, they were standing.
Bending it up like this and beating the crap out of it. I want that blade.
I mean, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
No, true. But I still want that blade. I want to test it to its full capabilities, man.
Yeah, these
I
bright
do
blades.
it,
I battled with this.
Huh?
And the worst it's sustained is a little bit of scuffing.
Oh, the Dark Plagueis, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty funny though, but you know, not every blade up is going to treat like that. But I just want one blade, and if that's going to be the one I beat the hell out of things with, that would be the blade I would like to do.
That would be the one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting
not
is
show
that
blades, you know.
If they can make that blade in a 40-inch blade, that would be great because I mean, as part of the Saber Legion, we use baselit blades mostly, and we beat the hell out of those things. So, and one of the reigning champions, Bobby Zavala, he would only fight with NeoPixel if it was his title belt, if it was the title match.
I mean, I think it's great. Imagine that, though. Imagine you're able to somehow, some way, get away with it. I mean, I'm watching the videos. I'm plain as day in front of my base. They're literally beating the living crap out of those things without no breakage, no loss of light, no nothing. I mean, hitting them.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Somebody explain to me how the hell that's going on because that much shock in a Neo. It depends on how they're designing them now. I mean, they must be really holding them tight inside or something.
Yeah.
Unless it's that maybe that LED rope of that filament that like that.
No, because it's
LED
individual.
ropes?
It has to be. No, I don't think so. I mean, because that's not segmented. That's just one unit. So segmented is like, you know, the 50-50 strips or something like that. But if they're using like similar to a hard strip or something like that, maybe. But wow. You know, that's something else.
Or could it be like maybe a string of SMD LEDs that's really
still needs to be soldered though, you know, still needs to be soldered on a board, you know. So I mean, I don't want to go into all the detail, but I think it's pretty impressive. I mean, if that's a beat on blade, that I would go for. You know, I wouldn't take my Civilized Sabers blade and start bashing it around on a tree. You know, that's not the.
Oh, hell no!
That's the blade you cherish forever and pray to God that it never breaks because that's it's a beautiful blade. You know, but
exactly.
I'm saying, there's differences in caliber, but I want a beater blade, man. That's what I would get one of those.
One that is not. That just has the what do you call that stuff?
I'm serious, man. I would video a test. I would do that myself. I would be standing on it like, hey, and just see, and while it's doing its tricks and see if it can get it to.
Maybe that might be an interesting show to have Damian Sabers on and have him explain
cool, man.
What their blade is.
He's a pretty cool dude. I've spoken to him a couple of times and. He's got a good. It's pretty cool, man. I mean, he's got a lot of new quality items that are, especially those blades. I mean, I know they want because who doesn't want a pixel blade that you can beat the crap out of and never break
Mhm.
and not go dim
Yeah,
and
exactly.
lose the whole end of the pixel strip. I think they caught on to it. That's pretty cool. It's ingenious.
Yeah.
Ingenious. I personally, as a technician and as a guy who loves to build things, and do installations, I would love to know how that's possible. But
The
secrets are hard,
wonderment of it.
unless you you have to buy the
Yeah.
blade, and if you decide that you want to take it apart and investigate it, I guess that's your call. I've done that already. I've done that to a couple of different
Yeah.
blades to see what's up. And it's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, if you're the purchaser, you could do those things. I mean, you're not
Yeah.
defying laws of gravity unless you're copying the crap out of it, which a lot of people I would suggest not to do. But
Right. Right.
but for your own personal enjoyment, that's what I like to do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, gentlemen, I think we're gonna stop right here, and
All right, man.
I don't think we're not gonna do a show next week because of Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
and so
no
I
offense,
went.
but I'm going to be sleeping off or trying to lose weight from all the turkey.
Ah.
He could
Yeah.
have a food coma.
I'm smoking mine.
So
Oh, that's cool.
again, thank you guys for coming on tonight, and everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and talking with us.
These
And
guys. Good to see you guys.
make
It's been a
sure
while, but
it's always a pleasure to have each and every one of you guys on here as my co-pilots, man. Because you guys make it fun, man. Even though
it's totally fun.
it's all fun. It's always all fun, and I
Well,
certainly
it's
really enjoy it.
individuality. That's what makes it happen, man. We're all different, so we bring
Exactly.
a lot of stuff to the table, which is key, man. You want
Yeah.
more, like I said, more the better, man.
And you
It's a
can't
lot of
edit
fun.
live, so remember that. You can't edit live, so when shit happens, you
That's
see
right.
it here. You see
Oh,
it
it's
here.
happening. Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
again, like and subscribe to all these guys. You can check
thanks,
James
man.
out, Mountain Sabers, and like and subscribe to his channel on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And Darth Barris is on Facebook and Instagram. Chris at Geek Shop, Facebook, Instagram also, and then me, Mundo Cabrera the third, on Facebook and Instagram. And
Sweet.
everything that you see here will also be on the Mundo channel as well. But there are a few videos on the Mundo channel that you can't see here because we got flagged a couple of times. And I tell you, it's a mess. But man, I'm going to go ahead and brand out. Wife is calling. Guys, have a good night. Everybody, have a happy
Peace.
Thanksgiving.
Nerd
And
up.
I'll let y'all know. Later. Mike.
Bye.
It didn't